What up, Crypto Warriors? It's Sergeant Crypto back at it again. Today is Monday, March 4th, 2019. A person always doing his or her best becomes a natural leader, just by example. Joe DiMaggio, New York Yankee outfielder and Hall of Fame baseball player. So today's articles have nothing to do with crypto per se, but just wanted to show you the, not corruption, but the hypocrisy of the SEC and how they operate when it comes to the traditional financial system and innovators. Let's just get into it. So this one is coming out of the New York Times, and this was dated February 25th, 2019. Elon Musk has found himself in legal trouble with a post on Twitter again. The Securities and Exchange Commission on Monday asked a federal court to hold Mr. Musk, chief executive of Tesla, in contempt of court for violating a settlement that he and the company reached with the commission last year. The SEC said Mr. Musk issued an updated production outlook in a Twitter post on on last Tuesday, without first seeking approval from the company's lawyers as required under the agreement. So I'm not going to read the rest of the article, but basically, just like it stated, they came to an agreement last year, and he's supposed to, anytime he's putting out a tweet, supposed to clear it with the lawyers, so to speak. So here's my problem with this. They, first of all, took away his chairmanship, took away the title of chairman from him, and he had to pay a fine. And it seems like they won't be happy until they kick him out of the company. So now they're trying to take away the title of CEO from him. The SEC, they seem like they just want to come down hard on Tesla, and especially Elon, because he's making innovations here with an electric car company, and with the legacy car companies and oil companies. They're all in bed with the SEC and things of that nature. Just wanted to point it out, another article here. And this is coming from the SEC's website, sec.gov. All right, JP Morgan to pay $267 million for disclosure failures. Now, in this article here is stating that JP Morgan, their wealth management subsidiary, have to pay $267 million and admits wrongdoing to settle charges that they failed to disclose conflicts of interest to clients. However, although they're paying a fine, they are not firing anyone, and no one is going to jail. It's the same thing that happened after the 2008 financial crisis. Some companies paid fines, some of them even closed down, but no one went to jail. No one lost their job. And I'm talking about the C-suite people, the CEOs, CFOs, CTOs, the vice presidents. Nobody lost their job. The SEC didn't come after them. All right. And as a matter of fact, they were able to continue to do business as usual and got bonuses at the end of the year. Like nothing happened. But because a company like Tesla, that's bumping their heads and going against oil companies and traditional car companies, they are finding a way to try to basically shut it down. But they can't. All right, you can't stop innovations. And what does this have to do with crypto? Because the name of my channel is Sergeant Crypto. It's the same thing when we look at all the quote-unquote crypto regulations, or the lack thereof. They aren't coming out with proper regulations, or if they do, they're like stifling the industry instead of just letting it thrive and letting the industry do what it does to build itself and come up with its own regulations, so to speak. Just like I've stated in the past, we don't need these regulators to come in and bring the institutional investors, or come up with regulations for us, because the retail investor, all right, the hodlers, the crypto investors, we're the ones that took Bitcoin to $20,000, and we're the ones that took the whole crypto space to almost $1 trillion in market cap. So we don't need these, and I don't want to seem like an ageist here, but we don't need these old guys who have no idea what the technology is, who have no idea what the technology is doing, to come up in here and come step on our toes and come up with their ideas, or try to box us in with regulations that was formed over 60, 70 years ago. All right, box us in the title of like a security when cryptos aren't. I just wanted to expose or shed some light on the fact that Tesla, although it's not a crypto company, but it's a tech company, and they're making a lot of noise and making a lot of headway in the form of electric vehicles, their supercharger network, battery production, their solar production, and they seem to want to shut all that down because all these legacy car companies can't get it right, don't want to change, and they want the SEC to slow down Tesla as much as possible. And I don't want to sound like like I'm wearing my tinfoil hat here, but when it comes to things like this, where if you just do a simple Google search, and you know what I did for the Google search to get this? I did Jamie Dimon and SEC, and a ton of articles came up in Google with, JP Morgan having to pay different fines. I just clicked on the first one. In 2018 alone, they paid a lot of fines. No one lost their jobs. The company just paid a fine, all right? And Elon himself had to pay a fine out of his own pocket, not just Tesla as a company, but Elon himself. So how is that even fair? You know what I mean? So before I go down this rabbit hole again, too deep, and exposing the hypocrisy of the SEC, just do your own research, people. Like I always tell you, man. All right, we don't need these people in the space. We shouldn't be applauding them for coming up with quote-unquote rules that stems from the 1930s. If they come up with new rules just like what they're doing in Wyoming, then that makes sense. But just wanted to make this quick video on the hypocrisies of the SEC and how they don't understand technology, and when they don't understand it, they try to shut it down or box it in to something that it's not. All right, it's your boy Sergeant Crypto. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and as always, thank you for all the support. Smash up the likes, subscribe button, notification bell, and yeah, peace.